force. Lawmakers demand urgent, credible population and housing census. I am Belema Ekiriko. Edo State Governor has officially commissioned the new Edo Line to begin operations across the country. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, who performed the symbolic ceremony at the Benin Park Centre of Bakawaye, harped on the importance of the launch as the beginning of a new dawn. Government House correspondent Moses Akboma brings details.
The official commissioning of the new Edo Line, a rebrand from the Midwest Line of 1968 under Governor Samuel Ogbemudia and to Edo Line in 1991, is a significant milestone in the history of Edo and the current administration led by Governor Monday Okpebholo, who from the onset made his intentions to revive the transportation sector. However, owing to some challenges, primarily due to neglect and mismanagement under previous administrations, the company stopped operations. Governor Okpebholo stressed that his dream has finally come alive with the launch of the company, stressing that it would not have been possible without the support of the federal government. He further clarified his stance on his statement against the 2023 Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi, noting that it is customary to notify him as governor of the state when visiting.
What you are seeing today is a dream come true that Edo people have been in the wilderness for a very long time. My job is not only to work for Edo people. My job is to save the life of every Edo citizen and visitors coming into Edo. If telling him to notify me as the chief security officer of this state is a crime, so be it.
Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly, Blessing Agbebaku, former Edo State Deputy Governors Lucky Maswe and Pius Odubu were among other notable dignitaries who remarked that the occasion is the revival and restoration of the state's transportation sector and poured encomiums on Governor Okpebholo's governance foresights across all sectors.
Your Excellency, I want to say thank you for also helping us to give succor to our people.
So many of our people will be employed in the process.
I'm very, very thankful to God Almighty for bringing you to Edo State at this time.
Thank you for your simplicity. Thank you for being faithful to your friends, but even much more to our state.
A governor that wants to work. During the electionary campaign, we stopped by in one of the primary school, secondary school and primary school.
He has not just given us freedom, he's also now cleaning up the mess of Obaseki.
In his address, special guest and Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, commended the leadership qualities of Governor Okpebholo, urging the governor not to relent in his developmental strides in repositioning the state.
A man who passed from the tribunal to the Court of Appeal to the Supreme Court, he was not deterred. He was focused on making sure he delivers the dividend of democracy to the people of Edo State. So many people would have used that as an excuse. We're in court. I cannot be focused. I'm distracted. But this governor refused to be distracted. And in 8 months, see where we are today.
The new facility and buses were inspected after the symbolic launch by Nyesom Wike. Moses Agbola, EBS News.
In the meantime, the Minister of Federal Capital Territory FCT Nyesom Wike has defended Governor Monday Okpebholo over the recent controversy surrounding Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi's visit to Benin City. Wike, speaking during the commissioning of the new Edo Line transport terminal on Tuesday in Benin City, said Obi should stop playing to the gallery and politicizing government matters. The former Rivers State Governor argued that Pebolo did not bar Obi from entering Edo, but only requested prior notice for security coordination. The new Edo line will run first for public interest and at a people-friendly fares. Stakeholders included the Managing Director, Henshaw Oligbi, and the State Commissioner for Finance, Emmanuel Okobo, spoke with EBS correspondent Juliet Samuel Asayin on the just unveiled transport service. The report.
Gathered here are Edo sons and daughters, all for one purpose: the official return of the new Edo line, beginning operations with 100 buses and an incorporation of routes across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. Edo people have been assured of a publicly run enterprise with the comfort of Edo people being a Emmanuel Okebo is Edo Commissioner of Finance.
Today, private sector is a public sector. For a private sector, it's profit-oriented. This is for the welfare of the people, and that's why this was done, not for profit-making at all.
Managing Director of the new Edo line says Edo people going from Benin to locations like Afuze, Auchi, amongst others, have been captured.
By re-establishing the new Edo Line Transport Company. In Edo State, we are going to be plying various towns and cities within the states. Ekpoma, Irua, Urumi, Ubiaja, Auchi, Igara, Ibilo, Afuze, and Sabogida Ura. Then on the other route, we are going to be plying Abudu, Ibanke, Ekmo, Ewohimi, Ewatu. We are going to establish Urubibe, we are going to establish Eho, from Eho to Igwebeni.
Other guests at the event speak.
100 buses is not a day job thing. Look at the management team. The employment this thing have created to Edo people. So it has value for everybody. The buses will be flying all part of the country. We also have the other one that will be doing interstate. These are part of the progress.
Ataco rescue, Ataco transportation. We don't bring Edo line now. Now cheap price. If I dey from Benin, they go Gomi, I dey go Ibiolu, I dey go Uchabod. Now Edo line now one enter.
On this new Edo line that is going to be running across the 36 states in Nigeria, it's going to bring a lot of attention to the states, a lot of awareness, and people will be very happy.
Edo line last functioned over 15 years ago with the commissioning of the new Edo line by the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, accompanied by former Edo Governor Adams Oshomole. Edo people, particularly those at the rural areas across the 18 local government areas, are in for a new deal in the transportation business. From Edo line premises headquartered here at the Central Park here in Benin City, Juliet Samuel Asayin, EBS News.
The Senate on Tuesday approved President Bola Tinubu's 2025-2026 external borrowing plan, which includes request to borrow $21.8 billion, 2.1 billion euros and 15 billion yen, as well as 75 million euros grant to finance key projects and programs across various sectors of the economy. In addition, the Senate approved the issuance of 757.98 billion naira federal government bond in the domestic market to offset outstanding pension liabilities under the contributory pension scheme. Also approved was the President's request to raise to $2 billion in the domestic market through a foreign currency denominated instrument local insurance program, a novel initiative backed by Presidential Executive Order number 16 of 2023, which empowers the Debt Management Office to assess dollar liquidity within the country without a certain additional pressure on foreign reserves. This approval followed the recommendation of the Senate Committee on Local and Foreign Debt, chaired by Senator Aliyu Wamako. Despite the approval, the debate on the floor was tense, and so lawmakers expressed strong reservations about the sustainability of Nigeria's mounting debt load. Moving on, the senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, on Tuesday barred who was entering the National Assembly complex. Abuja correspondent Ayetutu Olufohai reports that there was heavy security presence at the gate to prevent the lawmaker from gaining access to the chambers. The report.
Yet they suspended her. There is no way this illegality will be allowed to stand. Senator Akpabio, you are not the constituted authority. This woman is not a threat to you. Face serious issues of insecurity and hunger. Allow Natasha, somebody's wife, to do her job.
This was the scene at the entrance to the National Assembly. Senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, and her supporters prevented from entering the National Assembly complex. Uduaghan had earlier parked her car outside the assembly premises and in the company of her supporters walked through the main gate towards the NAS complex. The lawmaker says her suspension from the National Assembly was personally orchestrated by Senate President Godswill Akpabio.
And whenever people ask me, Natasha, why is there so much hate from the Senate President against you? Why is it that the institutions have turned against you, even though, by and large, you are pretty much one of the fairest senators or politicians in Nigeria? And I tell them, this is just an iceberg of what I have had to suffer and endure in the Senate under Akpabio's leadership for the last 1 year. Many of you thought that my speech on that floor, when I told him I was not afraid of him, and I did mention, I said, if you make me speak to the media on what I have had to endure in your hands, it will go pretty. And that's to let Nigerians know that that outburst I had on the floor was just a compilation of so many wrongs that Akpabio has meted against me. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, runs the Nigerian Senate as if it's the third-term governor of Akwa Ibom. Many senators are afraid. You've all seen what happened. You are not allowed to speak. When you try to speak or air your views on certain issues that are critical, you get shut down if it does not conform with what he wants.
Akpoti-Uduaghan explains that her suspension as ruled in court is excessive and did not stop her from resuming her legislative duties.
You see, pursuant to Section 318 of the 1999 Constitution, it is very clear that decisions of a court comes in 5 ways. It could be a judicial decree, it could be a sentence, it could be an order, it could be a conviction, and it could be a recommendation. So an order is just one of the 5 decisions that a judge can pronounce over any case. And mine tilts towards a recommendation. Now you would think that a recommendation is a voluntary. That means the Senate has either they comply or they have the right not to comply. But I'd like to clarify that. Again, if you go further to Section 287, subsection 3 of the 1999 Constitution, again, it actually specifies in clear terms that decisions, that's any of these 5 decisions of any of the Nigerian courts, are binding and enforceable on every Nigerian and every authority. So what that means in simple terms, whether they mention that the Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court made an order or made a sentence or made a judicial decree or a recommendation, whatever, however they want to interpret the literal words, interpretation of the words, it is still a decision of a court and it is still binding on the National Assembly.
The Senate was in session while Akpoti-Uduaghan was still at the gate. From Abuja, Ayetutu Olufohai, EBS News.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebetokun, has reaffirmed the commitment of the Nigerian Police Force in addressing the plight of retired officers who are under the contributory pension scheme. The IGP gave the assurance when he met with agreed retired police officers in Abuja. Ayetutu Olufohai brings details of the meeting.
The retired police officers had staged a protest in front of the National Assembly before heading to the police force headquarters. The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Ebetokun, says the Nigeria Police Force is actively working to address their pension-related grievances. The IGP, who expressed empathy for their situation, stated that the issue of poor retirement benefits was also a concern for serving officers.
None of these officers in the sector is happy that our police are suffering in retirement. We're not sitting down here and just putting our hands. I told you that I've been to a meeting today, and the subject matter of that meeting is how to improve the pension earning of officers. So we have gone more than that, we have gone beyond that. Something is already being done.
These retired police officers bear their minds.
These 7 years that I retired, only 2 million was given to me. And that 2 million, as I collected that 2 million, that very week I had an accident. That this my arm pulled. I was down for 3 years from one place to the other. That 2 million finished there. And since then, we are living in less than 37,000 every month. For instance, me, when I retired, what they gave me was not enough for me to do anything as a carpenter. Even to paint my house, you cannot help me to paint my house. Okay, I didn't mean that the retirees under the contributory pension scheme had a good beginning to go good register. All this problem will not arise.
After meeting with the retired police officers, Egbetokun is rest assured that there will be no more protests.
They gave us notice that they will be coming out today for protest, and we responded that we will welcome them, we will accommodate them. Okay? After the protest, I decided to have a meeting with them. They have been able to tell us their grievances. I've taken note of all their complaints, and many of what they are complaining about are things that we're already addressing, which they don't know. So I've been able to explain all of that to them, and I think they have a better understanding of what the issues are, and I don't think they will come out again tomorrow to protest.
The retired police officers still want their removal from the contributory pension scheme. From Abuja, Ayetutu Alufohai, EBS News.
The Police Service Commission has vowed to flush out drug addicts in the Nigeria Police Force and has extended an invitation to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency to assist the Commission achieve this noble objective. Ikechukwu Ardi, head press and public relations, in a statement on Tuesday, said the PSC chairman made the vow during a visit to the corporate headquarters of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, where it formally met with the agency chairman and chief executive on his management team. He said the chairman of the commission, DIG Hashimi Agugu, used the occasion to invite the agency to join the commission in all the processes of screening prospective Nigerians who are desirous of joining the Nigerian Police Force. DIG Agugu, who was received by Brigadier General Buba Marwa, chairman of the agency, said there was a need for a functional partnership between the commission and the agency in the fight to eradicate drug abuse in the Nigeria Police. In the meantime, retirement for many Nigerian civil servants comes with challenges, especially in the areas of financial stability and post-service support. The Vice President of the Nigeria Union of Pensioners Edo State Chapter noted that many retirees continue to navigate difficult conditions after years of public service. Joe Obole brings details.
The retired police officers had staged a protest in front of the National Assembly before heading to the police force headquarters. The inspector.
Life after retirement, especially for many Nigerian civil servants, presents a phase filled with new challenges and realities. While retirement is ideally a time to rest after years of service, for some, it comes with uncertainties and financial burdens. The Vice President of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Edo State Chapter, who represented the national chairman, stated that many retirees still face difficulties with delayed payments and rising living expenses.
Life after pension is a different stage of life entirely from life of service. Because you will be expecting because there's fear for no. After you retire, what will become your fate for retirement. And many pensioners have been planning for that one-day exit of service.
These retirees also shared their plight.
It is very appalling that at the end of service, then pensioners are being paid their legal salary.
32,000 cannot buy anything. 32,000 for 30 days or 31 days, which is a pensioner should live on 1,000, maybe 100 naira per day.
Pensioners, from the way we are seeing us, we are like bedroom sleepers that is being used for 35 years and dumped after the usefulness. If you go out, take samples of our pensioners outside, you will see the frustration on every face.
However, active civil servants were also encouraged to plan ahead by embracing personal savings, wise investment, and early financial education as part of their retirement strategy.
I want to push advice to you people that are still in the service. I want to beg you, because the present situation on ground now, pensioners are suffering. They cannot live fine because of the minimum wage they are earning, of the minimum money they are earning. For you as a serving officer now, you should start saving for the rainy day.
As conversations around pension and post-retirement support continue worldwide, there is an increasing call for sustainable systems that promotes dignity, stability, and peace of mind for those who have served. Joy Ogboli, EBS News.
We've reached our halfway mark. You can watch EBS on Star Times Channel 113, Go TV Channel 141, and Terrestrial Channel 45. For the latest news and information, be sure to visit our website at ebsng.com. Join the conversation and listen live at ebsng.com/radio. Subscribe to EBS on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook at EBS Benin. This news is reaching you live from EBS Radio Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. The news returns shortly after this timeout.
Neither is the boss. And that guy trying to sell you a car charger you don't need. You're stuck in traffic. And we're stuck with you. Welcome to Drive O'Clock, the show that understands your traffic pain and makes it funny. We've got gist, real talk, community buzz, and just enough drama to keep things spicy. So if you're gonna be stuck in traffic, at least be stuck with the best crew on radio.
We are much break for there. This one Drive O'Clock with DPO of the airwaves, Sarikin Talakawa, and it reach you live from 95.7 FM Benin, EBS Radio. If you touch the dial, you go Kolebulala.
How many times would they tell you? Drive O'Clock every 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Weekdays on 95.7 FM, EBS Radio.
Edo Broadcasting Service, 95.7 FM. News.
Many thanks for staying tuned with us. This is the news at dawn. Lawmakers and population experts on Tuesday called for the urgent conduct of a credible population and housing census, warning that the continued delay undermines national development and the future of millions of young Nigerians. At a 2025 World Population Day event held in Abuja, the chairman of the Senate Committee on National Population and Identity, Senator Victor Ume, emphasized the significance of this year's theme, empowering young people to create the families they want in a fair and hopeful world. Ume described it as a timely call to invest in youth and by ensuring access to rights and informed decision-making. The senator expressed concern over the lack of a credible national census since 2006, which has led to uncertainty about Nigeria's actual population. The senator stressed that with more than half of Nigeria's population under 30, the country's future depends on its youth. The need for families, schools, organizations, and individuals to become intentional about digital literacy was the crux of the session on Tuesday at the Edo Cybersecurity Summit 2025. EBS Loki Osakbawa Edo, who was there at the John Odigi Oyegu Public Service Academy where the event was held, tells us more.
The Edo Cybersecurity Summit 2025, organized by Summit Systems in collaboration with the Edo State Ministry of Science and Technology, was held to create awareness on the potential risk involved while carrying out activities on the internet.
The number of transactions I've done in the last 1 week has been 90% digital and less than 10% physical. So there is now need for us to now see how do we protect that data, how do we protect such transaction, how do we protect those kind of data and information. You are aware that the rising cost of deepfake, is coming to misinform people. There's fake news, you don't know which news to believe and whatnot. So we are looking at how we can train professionals who can be future cybersecurity experts to take part in that economy that is coming forward.
Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Science and Technology, Engineer Jonathan Ukbebo, stated that technology creates opportunity and also opens door for cyber threats.
As a ministry, we have partnered with government and international organizations to provide digital skills in software development, coding, artificial intelligence, data analysis, robotics, and cyber security.
Some panelists speak on the issue of cybersecurity during a panel session.
Challenge a lot of young people face because they are so excited about access, so excited about the engagement, the information. They are not conscious about data privacy issues, so they are largely at risk.
My point is that I sometimes they run belly, so be careful what you collect. Hey, federal government is giving a loan. Click on this link. My papa don't fall victim many times. They are hacked into his assets.
Now you just heard. TikTok says our videos, our cameras are automatically on.
So know that no Gen Z is doing Facebook. So get there, get the message through the platforms that you can find them. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat.
The chief speaker of the event, Professor Kingsley Obayabon, shared some best practices for online safety.
Parental control. You can also do it for internet.
These participants shared what they have learned from the summit.
Plans of today that TikTok had the policy where the camera is always on. It's actually mind-blowing because a lot of people actually use TikTok, but they have no knowledge of this tricks.
My take home is that I shouldn't be involved in clicking any link that I see out there.
The theme for the Edo Cybersecurity Summit 2025 is Online Safety, Our Collective Responsibility. Lucky Osakbawa, Edo, EBS News.
The Botanical Society of Nigeria Boston Hybrid Council this Wednesday holds a general meeting at the Uwafi Okun Hall, Palm Royal Hotel, Ubowa, Lagos Road, Benin City, beginning from 10 a.m. President of the group, Professor Fatima Bata Mukhtar, in a statement, implored all members to attend as issues bordering on the inauguration of Project Flora of Nigeria, financial report, Boston elections, among others, will be discussed. Professor Mukhtar said members can join the meeting through Zoom with meeting ID 817-4125-3360 and passcode 539603. Moving over to sport, the Super Falcons of Nigeria booked their place in the final of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON in Morocco after a dramatic 2-1 win over South Africa, sealed by a late goal from defender Michel Alozie, with the match seemingly heading for extra time. Alozie launched a long ball into the South African box, which evaded everyone, including the goalkeeper, and nestled into the net, stunning the Bayana defense. The goal secured Nigeria's spot in the final and marked a thrilling end to a closely contested semi-final clash. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated Nigeria's Super Falcons following the dramatic 2-1 victory over South Africa in the semi-finals of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. In a statement issued shortly after the march, President Tinubu celebrated the Falcons' achievement and urged them to remain focused as they chase a record-extending 10th WAFCON title. To end the news here, as some of our top stories reported to you, the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has urged Governor Monday Okpebholo to sustain development efforts in repositioning Edo State. The Police Service Commission has vowed to flush out drug addicts in the Nigerian police force. Also reported to you, lawmakers have demanded urgent credible population and housing census. That ends the news at dawn as edited by Josephine Ehimihe. I am Belema Ikiriko. Good morning.
Ihe iri ono gọọmenti no se do ekiro na da miege enemu na gbon keke na lebere elu akiwurewo we akihoge amono ya gọọmenti kita na da miege ene ya na eye da rima levelo gọọmenti kigbo tai idale ole ada gelele we no rio bowo na remu na gbon bi we nene ya na Davis olea amuga kugbe akizaga wonu wa ado momo mi momo nu wa eye o edo Davis ya ne alo ne mi obena ahamwe no ya wa bi ono do mu wa bo no se igawa kia o wa se fo any several hana ne munegbe kiami je keke na tele ikoti gọọmenti kirio bowo na da miege ahamwe iganwo kia oida fo wiga o olowa da miegbe enere obo elebi keke ahamwe upe opa bi uge oloda gberiga we no yan nu wa ne dia ipi do da gberiga eye o akize we swelling no se obe ki o le remoni kotina oloda miegbe we do no se mai oye ye jada lulukuluku o we no kame honya we adage jada lu emi ebe eye Leono loite awenu vaido tare edo de wa me edo de wo mama ponovo emwata edo ki wo kwa okun igometi no se do ole jonu homonare o.
The MTN Mega Billion promo is finally here. From Monday to Saturday at 7 p.m. Plenty Nigerians will stand a chance to win big. To join, just dial *900# on your MTN line. Then every recharge from 100 naira or more will get you more entries and increase your chances to win.
Recharge today and win millions. T's and C's apply. Visit www.mtn.ng for more details.
Neither is the boss. And that guy tried to sell you a car charger you don't need. You're stuck in traffic. And we're stuck with you. Welcome to Drive O'Clock, the show that understands your traffic pain and makes it funny. We've got gist, real talk, community buzz, and just enough drama to keep things spicy. So if you're gonna be stuck in traffic, at least be stuck with the best crew on radio.
We are much breakfast here. This one Drive O'Clock with DPO of the airwaves, Sarikin Talakawa, and it reach you live from 95.7 FM Benin, EBS Radio. If you touch the dial, you go collect.
How many times would they tell you? Drive O'Clock every 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Weekdays on 95.7 FM, EBS Radio.
Exciting news, EBS is back on terrestrial. Channel 45 UHF.
Looks like everything's back to normal.
Feel free to fine-tune your television to get all our quality programs. Thank you for your patience.
My good people of Edo State, now fly we know they hear word.